In the dusty frontier town of Dustfall, silence fell heavier than any gunshot the moment the scandal erupted, when a woman stood exposed not just in body but in dignity, abandoned by her own family while neighbors stared with judgment instead of mercy. And it was then that Caleb Boone, the rancher everyone whispered about and called loony, rode into the square and changed the course of the morning forever. He dismounted slowly, removed his coat, and covered her without a word. His eyes not filled with desire or madness, but with something rarer and more dangerous moral defiance. When he said, "You're coming with me," it wasn't a threat or a command, but a promise of safety spoken in a town that had forgotten the meaning of the word. Caleb lifted her onto his horse and rode straight through the crowd, ignoring insults, rumors, and threats, while people muttered that he had lost his mind or kidnapped her, not understanding that protecting someone broken often looks like madness to those who benefit from cruelty. At his ranch, Caleb gave her food, clean clothes, and a room with the key left outside the door, making it clear she was never a prisoner, but a guest whose dignity mattered more than gossip. That night she cried for the first time, not from shame but from relief, and she told him how her own kin had turned on her, choosing humiliation over compassion. The next morning the sheriff arrived with armed men, demanding Caleb hand her over, accusing him of wrongdoing. But Caleb stood on his porch and asked a single question that cut deeper than any accusation. Why was a man protecting a woman considered dangerous, while those who stripped her dignity were never questioned? The crowd shifted uncomfortably, eyes dropping, guilt spreading like a slow infection as the truth settled in. The sheriff lowered his rifle, unable to justify the demand, and the men slowly dispersed, leaving Dustfall quieter than before. Weeks later, the woman left town under her own will, alive, unbroken, and free to begin again, while Caleb Boone remained on his ranch, still called loony by some, respected by others, but unchanged in his belief that the real madness of the West was not defending the innocent, but watching cruelty happen and choosing to do nothing.